What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing a special video, a mock draft based on Madden, though, and I'll give my opinions on what position they might go for and that player that I think they might go for. Of course, like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. No, that's not what it is. But I'm not super into I'm like, not the combine, but college players to the point where I know Joe Burrow's third favorite color, Chase Young's favorite snack if it's raining outside and it's 11:35 p.m. I don't know what they did at this game or that game, or they tweak their pinky toe, thumb, like nail or something, and it might affect their draft stock. Okay, I just know who's kind of projected to go in the first round and what the teams need. Okay, maybe I should know a little bit more. Oh, geez, that's an interesting one. Maybe I should know a little bit more. That's on me. But that's not the point of this video. This is supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be a discussion. If you guys have, any insight on who might take who and where they might go, let me know. If I'm like, Jordan Love goes pick 15, it's like, oh, you're crazy. Let me know in the comment section. I want to conversate, okay? So with pick 1, this is almost a 99% guarantee that it's going to be Joe Burrow. Let's see what EA thinks. They're going to go with Chase Young. Okay, that's very interesting. Now, they would have to take him number 1. They would not be able to trade down for him. There's no doubt about that. But the Bengals, if they're not trading down, will pretty much 100% be taking Joe Burrow. There's no question about it. But there could be a chance they trade down, because if they traded to Miami, do you even realize the lucrative trade that would be? Maybe they're like, you know what? We can get one of the other quarterbacks. It's a decent, not decently deep class, but you're going to get someone okay. Maybe they don't want okay. They want, the franchise. But if you trade to 5 from the Dolphins, that's got to be pick 5, a first round next year, second round this year, maybe even another first round in the near future. 5-2-1, the pick number 1. It's going to cost them a lot. The only way I see that happening is literally like they trade down. So I would say Joe Burrow number 1. And then number 2, this is all skewed because the Redskins are 100% taking Chase Young if he's there. But I do like the move of them going Isaiah Simmons at number 2 because Chase Young is gone. There's been chatter about them taking a QB again. If Joe is there, I think they would give a real hard look at that. They would be shocked that he'd be there at number 2, but they'd give a real hard look at it. And for the Redskins needing so much with Chase Young off the board, if it's not Okudah, I think it is probably Isaiah Simmons. But it's most likely going to be Chase. I should really be typing this down so we have who we think is going to go. And then the Lions with a tackle. That could happen. They could use an offensive line as well. But let's be honest, this is going to be either Simmons, which would maybe surprise a few people, maybe a little too high, or Okudah. I think this is tough. I could also see them trading to the Dolphins. I think this is where you're going to see the first trade of the draft. You're going to see the Lions trade to the Dolphins, where the Dolphins go up and get Tua Tagovailoa. They're not worried about the Giants, but they're worried about another team trading up with either the Lions or the Giants, because once again, those teams fighting for that QB are going to be giving a lot up. The Chargers could even be one of those teams, but I'd say Miami has a decent bit of draft picks to work with. I think Miami moves to number 3. And they take Tua, where, of course, now the Lions move to number 5, which is very interesting. The Giants now have a choice between Simmons and Okudah. I think they haven't had a good linebacker in ages. I think they would take Isaiah Simmons. But, of course, in this universe, that's not the case. Who are they going to take? So this is probably the first real draft pick of the class, so maybe we can get back on track here. Maybe the Dolphins will take Tua. But yeah, I would say Isaiah Simmons goes number 4 to the Giants. It wouldn't shock me to see, Isaiah go number 3. I think the first 2 picks, unless there's a trade down, will be set in stone. And then, 3 is where you're going to see your first trade, like I said, and then 4, best available. Obviously, most of these teams are going to be best available. But yeah, we have Miami at number 3 with Tua, and then number 4 is the Giants with Simmons. So here the Dolphins get to steal the century. They end up with Joe Burrow. Of course, this should be Tua in real life at number 3, like we said. I keep repeating myself. But number 5 being Detroit, I think would easily be Jeff Okudah, which is a super steal for them. They get the guy that they probably were going to go for anyways, and they get the extra draft pick. Could we see a reach in real life for the Chargers? I don't think they're going to take wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy is like a commodity. I mean, they could do anything. I'd be willing to think they would trade down, though, maybe to number 11 with the Jets. Couple of trades here. But, I mean, you see Tua and Joe are gone. So I don't think they're going to be willing to take a QB anymore. I think they're going to move down with the Jets. The Jets are going to move up for Andrew Thomas. I think, of course, there's so many different tackles. We don't know who, thinks who is number 1. But I like Jets taking Andrew Thomas there at number 6. So now we are at number 7 with the Panthers. And I think the Panthers could probably use a DT. I think the Panthers are going to take Derek Brown. Let's see if they actually take him here. I don't remember who's on the list here still. And they do. Okay, so the first pick, the game actually agrees with us, which I appreciate. So, of course, the Cardinals at number 8 have quite a bit of needs. I mean, they have a lot of needs. I think they're going to go best available, though, and I think they're going to take a wide receiver. Now, this is kind of 50-50, Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb, but I think they're going to take CeeDee Lamb at number 8. And then number 9, I think, ironically, is going to be another wide receiver. It's going to be best available. It's going to be Jerry Jeudy. Now, the Browns on paper, pretty solid team. And I think they're going to go best available here, which is going to be a tough one for me because I don't know. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion anyways, but I think they're going to go offensive lineman. I'm going to say Becton at number 10. I know I've seen some analysts have him going in the top 5, top 10, so I'm going to put him at number 10, I think. And then, of course, at 11, the trade down from the Chargers. This is a tough one for me. I'm still struggling with what they want. They want an offensive lineman, and I suppose they have an option at Wirfs. Or the other guy, what's his name? Wills, I think, is who they're going to take. Number 11. We're a little bit ahead here. So we had CeeDee Lamb there we go. Back-to-back picks that are correct. Nice. Of course, the Jags we cannot have correct. They end up taking Fulton. Okay, fair enough. Here we had a lineman for the Browns. They do take Wills, which is, we had Becton, but either one I think makes a lot of sense. And then Kinlaw for the Jets. That's maybe, I don't know. It is the Jets after all. If it's the Jets or the Lions, we're seeing a DT from either or a tight end from the Lions. And then at number 12, I think they definitely want wide receiver. However, I think this is going to be Kenneth Murray at number 12. Once again, I don't know a singular thing about what makes these guys good outside of seeing some of their combine tape and hearing some of the analysts talk about them, but I think it's definitely going to be there. The Colts, I've seen a lot of analysts think the Colts are going to take a QB, which I thought Jacoby was okay. Like, obviously, any quarterback can just be an absolute god, but is Jacoby that bad of? I mean, he's he's average. Like, are they really going to get someone at 13 that's better than Jacoby? And they already paid Jacoby, a 3 or 4 year. So I think the Colts could probably use a pass rusher a little bit more than a quarterback. So I'm going to say they're going to take A.J. Epinesa. Of course, you got to see what the Raiders are going to take. They have Wirfs, which I could see a lineman as well. A.J.S. Epinesa. And that's who they take. Here we go, boys. Nice. And I don't know did we give a team Wirfs yet? Because if we didn't, I think the Buccaneers are going to take Wirfs here at number 14. They have a lot of needs, but I think offensive line, they have an insanely stacked group of receiving talent. Winston's meh, but if they can get a better offensive line, any average quarterback can look so much better when they have all day to throw, especially with great weapons. So I'm going to have them taking Wirfs here. And at number 15, I know someone already took them in this draft, but I'm going to have Fulton at number 15 to the Broncos, who need a corner, and they do take a corner. It's just Fulton wasn't there for their draft. And now at number 16, we have the Falcons taking edge, which they're going to take Chasen, I believe his name is. And here they take T. Higgins. I don't think they really need that many wide receivers. Then again, I've seen pundits talking about them going for one. And now with the Cowboys, luckily sitting at number 17, I think they're going to take the best available safety, which has been a couple of guys climbing. You have McKinney, of course. I think Delpit, though, is who they're going to take. So at number 17, we have Delpit to the Cowboys. To Tagovailoa. That's a bit of a steal for them. Don't see that happening at all. And then at 18, I think the Dolphins are going to go with a burner to go along with their new QB, Tua Tagovailoa. I think they're going to take Mr. Henry Ruggs, and they take a running back at 18, which I could supposedly see as well. I don't know if they would, but I could see it. And then here at 19, it's a little bit more debatable. I would say they're going to go with either a corner or a safety. I think they'll probably go corner. I'm going to have them taking Trayvon Diggs at number 19. Who do they take? They take Kenneth Murray, which I don't think he's going to fall that far in my opinion. I think we had him right at number 12. And then number 20. Do the Jags really have number 20 as well? Where did they get number 20 from? They have number 9 and 20. What the hell was 20 from? I honestly, am I stupid? I can't remember. I think they could really use a corner too, though. Oh, was it Jalen Ramsey? I think it was Jalen. So with the Jags taking a wide receiver, I think they're going to take McKinney, the safety, at number 20. So number 20, they take Hey, there we go. That's maybe pick 4 picks now that are the same as ours. And then number 21, I think the Eagles are definitely going to be going cornerback, which I believe the best available for us would be Mr. C.J. Henderson. Of course, he's gone already for us, but let's see who they take. Patrick Queen, I could definitely see that as well. And then I think at number 22, the Bills are going to actually get an edge rusher, because I don't know if they're actually going to get Yannick like they expect to in here. I think they're going to take Gross Matos, I believe his name is, the edge rusher. They take a corner in our universe, though. And then the Patriots, who are usually, pretty happy with trading down, they could go QB. It would not shock me. I would say it's going to be either a QB or a trade down. I think they're actually going to trade down with the Packers, who will end up taking Patrick Queen, which would be a dream pick for me, but I don't know if that's going to actually happen. I think it's definitely QB or trade down. That's without a doubt in my mind. I don't know why, it just is. See, I doubt they're going to trade down here, but they take the tackle Becton, who we had going pretty high. Maybe that was the wrong choice, but I think the right position. And then at 24, the Saints, they could use O-line as well. They're, the center. But I think they're going to probably go wide receiver and have T. Higgins, who would pretty much be the best available guy there. Of course, they could go Justin Jefferson. You never know. Who are they going to take, though? They will take Justin Jefferson. Okay, we could have been proper right, but we were not. And then the Vikings, who are desperately in need of cornerback. I don't know who we even have left at this point. I got to look. The question is, would they reach for a guy like Bryce Hall? Maybe they go for Winfield Jr.? I don't know. Play safety, but you never know. I guess we'll just have them taking Bryce Hall because they're desperate for corner. They're going to take who in this case, though? So they go best available in this one. And then for the Dolphins at 26, we have them taking Bayadaz as the best available, well, quote-unquote best available at 26. I think the Dolphins are going to have themselves a pretty decent draft. And that's who they take here with us, which is nice. The Seahawks, who could they actually take? They don't only need corner. They could use O-line as well. Let's have them taking guard Solomon Kindley. And then here at 27, they take a guard. So fair. Hey, at least we got that right. And then I think the Ravens could still need wide receiver talent, but they could use a safety in the future. Maybe they go Winfield for the future proof. I don't know. No, I'm gonna have the Ravens going for wide receiver talent. They're gonna take Justin Jefferson. Let's see what they take here. They might end up taking one of the wide receivers. They do not. A lot of those receivers did get reached on. And then, ironically enough, we're gonna have them taking Josh Jones, probably the best tackle left, to the Titans, who will potentially end up actually losing Conklin. And then at 30, we have the Patriots taking a QB. I believe we have all the QBs still there. I'm going to have them taking Herbert at 30, which is a super steal for them. And then at number 31, the Chiefs. We're going to have the Chiefs taking Zach Bond, the edge / outside linebacker. Ooh, what about a DT actually? Now we're gonna have the Chiefs taking Raekwon Davis. And then finally at 32, we're going to have the Niners. Wait, why are the Niners? God damn it. I had the Chiefs winning, but okay, dude. So at 31, we have the Niners taking Winfield, and then at 32, we have Raekwon Davis to the Chiefs. But let's see what they take here. Not that it really matters. The whole draft was kind of messed up for me, So let's go to the end of the draft. We'll quick glance through again first round, and then we'll go through the second round, and then we'll go through how the season plays out for all of these starters. So going through to the draft recap real quick, Packers end up with, hey, he's superstar. You guys landed a great one. Good job. Let's go through the draft real quick once again. So number 1, For our projections, we had Joe Burrow, then we had Chase Young, then we had Tua Tagovailoa, Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okudah, of course the Lions, the trade between the Dolphins and the Lions, Jets with Andrew Thomas, Derek Brown, which is correct here for us, for the Panthers, CeeDee Lamb to the Cardinals, wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, the Jags, Becton at number 10, either way, Wills, Becton, whatever it is. Chargers, we had Wills. Raiders, we had Kenneth Murray. Colts, Epinesa. Buccaneers, Wirfs. Broncos, Fulton. The Falcons, Chasen. Cowboys, Delpit. Ruggs to the Dolphins. Trayvon Diggs to the Raiders. McKinney to the Jaguars. CJ Henderson to the Eagles. Gross Matos to the Bills. Patrick Queen on a trade up to the from the Patriots for the Packers. T. Higgins to the Saints, which, Justin Jefferson could work too. Vikings, Bryce Hall. Biadasz to the Dolphins. This one's correct in our opinion. A guard as well, we think, for the Seahawks. Solomon Kinley. Justin Jefferson to the Ravens. Josh Jones, the tackle, to the Titans. Herbert to the Patriots at 30. Winfield to the Niners at 31. And then Raekwon Davis at number 32 to the Chiefs. Of course, these ones are messed up for whatever reason. This is how they think the second round is going to go. J.K. Dobbins, pretty decent steal for the Bengals. They don't really need a running back that bad. The Lions, I don't know, just maybe going best available, I suppose. Troy Dye, that's a pretty big win for the Giants. Their need at middle linebacker doesn't go one pick, deep. It goes more than one pick. AJ Terrell for the Dolphins, that would be a steal. However, we do project them to trade that pick to get to number 3. Chasen, of course, we believe he'll be gone. Aquara, not bad. Winfield to the Jags here. This is what, the AI thinks is going to happen. We're not going to go into this. This is too deep and too much knowledge. Hey, Willie Gay, that's a pretty good pick for the Falcons for sure. That's a really solid one. Mutai to the Packers, and that's pretty much how they think it's going to go. I don't believe it will, but we will see, of course, in the real world. If you guys, once again, do want to see one of these right before the draft, let me know in the comment section below. First things first, though, we got to end this by taking a look at how the teams perform and how the new players perform. I looked at it, most of the guys that would be projected to start are starting, so let's go on. Of course, we don't really need to look at the offensive linemen because that really doesn't matter too much. So this is what the NFC North looks like. We'll take a look at the whole overall standings. Chiefs back in it. The Falcons come up out of nowhere. Panthers come up out of nowhere a little bit. So far, none of the teams are really super shocking. Broncos maybe a little bit shocking. Dolphins super shocking in fairness. But outside of that, nothing really crazy out the gate. Redskins, really questioning their decision with Joe Burrow, unfortunately. So let's take a quick look at Rookies of the Year. NFC side, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tua Tagovailoa, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb. Decent bunch of players there. Wait, who took T? Where the hell? Damn it. CeeDee and then T. Okay, the Falcons. And the Defensive Rookie of the Year, Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okudah, Patrick Queen, Grant Delpit. All right, AFC side, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Fulton. Wait, did the... I don't know why. There's opposite conferences. Kenneth Murray. Chase Young all the way at number 6, which is interesting. Joe Burrow, number 1. Swift, number 2. Jeudy at number 3. Of course, we don't have that projection. I mean, anyone could... they're like, hey, we don't want to go for a lineman. That's boring. Let's go for, a skill position like a wide receiver like Jerry Jeudy. Maybe someone in pick 15 takes one of the running backs. I don't know. But overall, I like what we suggested that could happen. Chargers didn't take a QB because they had Teddy Bridgewater. Okay. Cowboys, Tua Tagovailoa with an amazing season. 3,700 yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 picks. Joe Burrow, less, but very accurate as well. 26 touchdowns, 7 picks, 3,800 yards. And then the Patriots, Dak Prescott, a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, but also a decent bit of picks. Again, running backs, DeAndre Swift, almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Dobbins didn't really play a proper number 1 role, so he had 527 yards, 1 fumble. A.J. Dillon, 500 yards. Of course, that's going to be a later draft pick. We're missing Zach Moss. We're missing Jonathan. So Jonathan, for some reason, the Lions took him just under 400 yards. So wide receiver Jerry Jeudy over 1,000 yards with 11 touchdowns. Then we have CeeDee Lamb, 9 touchdowns on just under 900 yards for the Cardinals. And T. Higgins to the Falcons, 11 touchdowns, 800 yards. Justin Jefferson, 750, 3 touchdowns. It seems like a Saints number 2 type number. Well, technically maybe number 3 type numbers. Thaddeus Moss. I'm not seeing any of the tight ends or anything like that. Let's take a look at defensively now. Any crazy tackle numbers, sack numbers, picks. Patrick Queen for the Eagles, which technically we would have him on the Packers. 116 tackles, 0.5 sacks, 0 picks. Fulton with 108 tackles with 1 pick. We'll take a look at those numbers a little bit later. Isaiah Simmons, 104 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 1 pick. Not bad numbers. No crazy other numbers for tackles for rookies, it seems. Jeff Okudah with 3 picks, 88 tackles. So sack totals, any of the youngsters? I looked through and not really. Isaiah at number 4 of 4.5 was probably the highest rookie I've seen. Pretty much. Definitely no pass rushers there. Where the hell is Chase Young? He went to the Redskins number 1. How good was he? Did they just not start him? What the hell is this? Did he even have a single sack? Oh, wait, no, he didn't go to the... Oh, I'm thinking of the Bengals. Damn it, I'm stupid. Not that it matters anyways. Only 5 sacks for Chase Young. Take a look at the picks. Any of the youngsters high on the list? Okudah at number 3 was the highest so far. Delpit with 2. Terrell with 2. Nothing really crazy from the corners, it would appear. Pass deflections are actually really low as well, so nothing crazy there. Who allowed the most catches? Any of the youngsters? Not that this stat's even very accurate anyways. Forced fumbles, maybe a rookie's really high on the list. Not really. Patrick Queen with 1. Nothing really spectacular there. Any rookie kickers, perhaps? Blankenship was meh. Song was meh. Siebert, actually, maybe Song and Siebert. Siebert's not... He's like a real-life player, so why is he only 1 year in the league? Oh, are they still in? Yeah, maybe that threw me off a little bit. If they're still in the playoffs, they'll do that to you. Hicklin? I don't know. It's apparently decent. And I don't care about anything else. So that's pretty much that. We'll take a look at who wins the Super Bowl, and that's pretty much all we have for you today. This is a pretty fun one for me, though. If you guys think I had some of the picks correct, maybe you're a Chiefs fan, you're like, there's no way we take DT. Not a chance. Even if we do lose Chris Jones, we don't care. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see who you guys think your team is going to take. Or, if, hey, I actually did pretty well. Because in my opinion, outside of some crazy trade that just ruins like 7 or 8 straight picks for us, I think we did pretty well. I think there's going to be at least 12 picks in the first round correct by us, which I know is probably not crazy good, but hey, it's not bad. There's pundits that get like 5 right. Number 1 overall, like I said, Joe Burrow or a trade down. That could, if that's a trade down, that could change quite a bit of things. But overall, I think we did really well on this video. And once again, leave a like and let me know if you guys want to see another one of these before the draft. If this does really well, we probably will. If it doesn't, I will stash it like my drums. No other DRU word. Once again, if you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe, like the video if you liked it, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. And if you have any video suggestions for something else in the future, I don't know, you're like, hey, do a what if Joe Burrow goes here, or what happens if Dak does, I don't know, something, an experiment video, let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, that's enough talking for me for today, except for probably a video coming out later today anyways. Anyways, though, thanks for watching. I hope you come back for next video, but until next video, out of breath with these words, see ya!